Hey guys, I've come in to talk about day 2 and how it went. I clearly look a mess. Today was day 2 of Hammer and Chisel. It was Hammer plyometrics, and going into it, I was a little bit frightened because plyometrics usually means that you're going to be jumping around and it's high intensity. Well, it definitely was. It got my heart rate up. I'm sweating my ass off. But I definitely modified the modifier. Not that there actually is a modifier for Hammer and Chisel. They just have one, they just usually have one person that basically, what's the word that I'm looking for? That basically talks about, or doesn't talk about, basically demonstrates an alternative way if you don't have all of the equipment to do the actual program, which to me is also like a modifier, because they're definitely not, it's not as hard. So for today, Hammer and Chisel is one of those programs where you do need a lot of equipment for it. So today I needed my weight bench. I needed at least one dumbbell. And then you need, they use a chin-up bar, which in my living room, in my area, I don't have anywhere for a chin-up bar, nor would I put one up in my home. Or you can use a resistance band that goes in a door, which when I did this program before, I did utilize that, but with the way that my house is set up, I would have to, I guess maybe I'll try that next time. You see that door back there that goes through my kitchen? So basically, they would have you do a chest pull type thing, but then you would follow it up with a burpee. So today what I did, I just used a resistance band, would go up, and then I'd go into a burpee, which to me, at least I did it, and I didn't not do it. But yeah, so Hammer and Chisel is a program that makes it a little bit more difficult to do just regular exercises. That's not the word that I'm looking for. It is based more if you have a home gym. I will put it out there. And especially after doing day 2, I will also say that Hammer and Chisel probably isn't for people that are just beginning their journey. Lay down. We are not playing this game right now. Every time I start a video, Harley has decided that it is... Harley, no. Go into your cage. Go. It's like he hears somebody's voice and he has decided that it's time to go outside, and we're not playing that game today. Let me just get through my video and then I'll take you out. So I wouldn't call Hammer and Chisel a program for beginners by any means. It's definitely, you would have to know modified movements to make it a little bit easier for you, because there's a lot of the moves that were, especially in today where there is a lot of jumping. I basically just didn't jump, and I didn't go as fast as they were, but I still got a really good workout in. I'm also very grateful that today it was only a 30-minute workout. For some reason in my head, I thought that it was going to be 45 to 50 minutes, and I am very grateful that it wasn't. If you saw on my Snapchat stories, I was very frustrated with my commute home today. As many of you would know or will know, if you don't know, I recently moved. My husband and I bought a place, but it has made my commute to my job a good half hour longer. And I'm gonna focus on not saying every 5 seconds in these videos, because I realize that I do say it a lot. So my commute has gone to at least an hour and a half. Before it was around 40 minutes. But I am out of my house by 5 a.m. and I am in my office by 6:40. So yeah, it's a long commute in the morning. I have no problem with doing it in the morning. It's my commute home that sucks. And even though I take an express train, it doesn't make any difference, because the traffic if you are within the St. Charles, Geneva area of the Chicago suburbs, you will know that downtown Geneva and downtown St. Charles are a nightmare at rush hour. And I think just because I'm not used to driving home at that time, usually when I was getting off of work prior to moving here, I was going straight over to my mom's house to work out. And wasn't heading home until almost 7 o'clock. So I think it's my I'm finally like being exposed to rush hour traffic, and it's horrible. So my train, like I left my office at 4 and I didn't walk into my door until 5:45. So it's frustrating. Not frustrating, it's just like, holy crap, that's a really long time to commute, but I love my job. It's a great company to work for, you know, I will say that. But yeah, so getting up the motivation to be gone from the house for 12 and a half hours, having to deal with a dog that acts like a 2-year-old puppy when he is 10 years old. I swear I don't think he has ever grown up. He is a 10-year-old puppy, who has severe separation anxiety. I know part of the reason why he goes crazy is because John is his dad, and I'm rambling. This has nothing to do with it. But I basically really wanted to talk about how I am making the choice, despite my commute, despite, you know, having a dog that's very, he's an attention whore, and, you know, just doing everything that my mind is telling me, oh, you were gone today. You don't have to do that. Oh, you don't have any food to cook. Just pick up a pizza on the way home. You're doing keto or high fat, low carb. Keto's a whole nother story. I'm not sure about this still. You know, just pick up a pizza and eat the cheese off of it. So it is still very, very hard. As a coach, as a human being, I want y'all to know that this shit ain't easy. Like, I struggle with this every single day. And honestly, one of the only reasons why I worked out today was because I know that I told you guys that I was going to document my journey every single day. And it's only fucking day 2. Like, I can't skip that shit already. So, like, I know that things are going to come up eventually. Like, there will be a day that I'm not going to be able to work out, but there is one off day within this program. It's usually on Thursdays. This week, I'm going to make my off day Friday because I have something going on Friday night. So it's like, I will make it work to my schedule. But I just wanted to let you guys know, for everybody that says, like, I don't know how you do it, where do you get your motivation from, like, I wish I had your willpower. You have it. You just actually have to, like, work it. Because it is not something that's going to come easily. It is not something that is, you know, going to be like, oh, I worked out today, so the rest of this is going to be a breeze. Absolutely not. It is a struggle day in and day out of pushing yourself to want more, to know that you deserve more, to know that you are worthy of working out, that your body is, you know, if you have the ability to work out, then fucking do it. Like, to me, working out is the easy part, technically, kind of. Don't get me wrong, there are days that I don't want to do it, but in comparison to the food issues, working out's the easy part. So if all I have to do is fucking work out, then great. But I need to focus on my food, my portions, all of that jazz. I will say that I am not following the Hammer and Chisel meal guide. I am still doing my high fat, low carb type thing. That's all I really have to say about that. I went a little ham this weekend with the carbs because I decided that I'm not going to do strictly keto. That, you know, you might not have watched the video, but I did discuss in a recent video that it was yesterday's video. I don't know. I talked about how I'm just going to be doing high fat, low carb, and I'm going to stick with what worked for me the first time. So why not do that? So I'm not going to be doing strictly low carb. Good, God bless. I am not going to be doing strictly keto. I will let myself have a beer every once in a while. I will let myself have some French fries every once in a while. I just need to not. A lot of people have said that, you know, keto has given them freedom of food addiction and whatnot, and to me, it just felt very restrictive, and that I'm like, oh, I can't have these kinds of vegetables because there's too many carbs in them. Like, that's my issue with it. I know that so many people have such great results with it, and that they love it, and they will swear by it for the rest of their lives. I just don't know if going complete strict keto is for me. I tried it for a month. It was okay. I didn't feel, and I realized I probably should have tried it for, longer, but, I'm still going to stick with the basic guidelines where I'm still eating higher fat, moderate protein, and still sticking with lower carbs, with one exception every week of letting myself indulge a little bit. So yeah, I am also still doing the intermittent fasting, which you can go to google.com and find out all of the information about intermittent fasting and why it is beneficial for you. For me, why I am continue to do it since I started doing the high fat, low carb is because I don't feel like I'm a slave to food anymore. There was, prior to even leaving, well, even when I was in Punta Cana, but prior to leaving for Punta Cana, if I didn't eat every 2 hours, I was a very angry person. And it was like every 2 hours, my stomach was like, okay, time to go. What do you got? Time to go. And ever since doing this intermittent fasting, I've only eaten once today. And I'm not saying that I'm starving myself. I am, like, my meal consisted of, what was it? It was a whole avocado, 4 eggs, 2 little mini sausage patties, some feta cheese, and some asparagus. I've also had coffee with coconut milk in it, which is also high fat. So everything, like, I've probably eaten at least 900 calories today. So I, like, don't assume that just because I've eaten once today means that I haven't eaten at all. It's crazy to me. Ever since doing this, like, I can go longer without being like, oh my God, I am so hungry. When is the next time we are stopping for food? What can I get at this gas station? Because John and I are very on-the-go people on the weekends. We always have something going on. Sadly, it is a rarity that we don't. And it's nice to finally feel like I don't have to have a snack in my purse at all times. Granted, I will still try to because you never know in case of emergencies. But it's been a great feeling to not feel like I am so attached to food. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this last weekend, we went to, if you live in, I believe it's just, I don't know if it's considered South Beloit or Beloit, Wisconsin. I think it's South Beloit. If you live in that area, and if you have not been to Lucy's number 7 burger bar, you are missing out on your life. We found that place because I got married in Rockton, Illinois. We found that place one of our first trips out there to look at our venue. And now, like, we will go up there periodically just because it's only like an hour and a half away. So it's not like it's that far. But it is by far some of the best burgers, and they have such good beers. Like, the last beer that I had a beer while we were there on Saturday, and it was a blueberry and tea infused beer, and sweet Jesus, like, I could have drank 6 of them. I only had 1.5. Kristen finished my other one because French fries were more important to me. So I ate all the carbs, and it was amazing, and I felt great. And yeah, so the point of that is just saying that I do love carbs. I would like to have them, in abundance, at least once a week. So we're going to see how that goes for me for the next month. So yeah, that's my update for day 2. I am going to focus on not saying so much. I am going to go try and figure out something for dinner, even though I'm not that hungry, but I know that I should eat, especially since I just worked out. So yeah, I'm gonna go figure out something to eat. And yeah, that's day 2. I didn't die. I can't remember what tomorrow's workout is, but we shall see, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye.